Okay guys, good morning. March 14th. Almost done with another month. Starting off with DBT as usual, still working on changing behaviors. Electronics easily take over our lives. How much time do you spend, often without mindful intention, looking at digital devices? Unfortunately, too much time with electronics distracts us from our relationships and other more useful or enjoyable activities. The solution is an electronics diet. Make a commitment to put away electronics during certain times of the day, like meal times, social time with others, and before bedtime. Work on being mindful of your relationships and other activities, and see if you notice a difference in your mood and general effectiveness by being on your electronics diet. And of course, I've mentioned this before with other behavior cards. You know what works for you, you know what works in your relationships. Just with everything else, use moderation. Make sure that if it is impacting your relationship with anybody, whether it be a romantic partner, a friend, a boss, an acquaintance, just communicate your needs. Listen to their needs, be open to it, and compromise. Life is all about compromise. If you think you're the only one right and they're completely wrong, you're going to lose. So just be mindful and open communication. Moving on to CBT, we're working on Think. When you're worried about something bad happening today, think about how likely the outcome really is. How often has it happened before? Are there more likely outcomes? Most of the time, the things we worry about never end up happening, so the anxiety we experience causes us unnecessary suffering. Mentioned this the other day with the paranoid thoughts. I mentioned that some of us, our brains can take 20 steps to death. And my example was roasting marshmallows. You can die 20 different ways, and some of them are obscenely long, ridiculous, drawn out, think Final Destination plot. Always be aware of the negative thinking that your brain tries to tell you. And like this is saying, how likely is it that like a piece of wet wood is going to pop, you're going to trip, when you jump, you're going to kick the propane tank into the fire, and it booms and everybody's dead. How likely is that? And, if you think it's likely, if there's something you can change to prevent that scenario, go ahead and change it. And that'll give your brain even less scenarios to pick up on and can help ease your anxiety. If you don't think it's likely at all, just say, you know what, that can't happen, and play out why it can't happen, Think about the things that could go right in the situation, how you can make things go right. It's all about retraining the brain. Get that negative focus out. Bring the positive focus in, and the more you work on this, the more your brain will start to focus itself on the positive, and you have less to worry about on the negative side. So, if it helps, make a list. Write it down. Write down your entire list of negatives, your entire list of positives. Mark out all the ones that can't possibly happen on either side. Write down steps you can take to prevent the negatives or to cause the positives. Do those, whittle it down, and see if you can't get your positive list longer than the negative list. And if you do that, it'll probably help with the whole anxiety issue of what you're going through. So ACT for the day, we have moved on to aware because we finished open. When we stop noticing, We can get stuck in painful patterns of reacting, shutting down, and worse. Notice what is present: thoughts, feelings, sights, sounds. And say to yourself, right now, it's like this, describing your experience. Don't worry about it's like this because the past is past, it can't be changed. What's coming isn't for us to know, or else we would all have been born with like crystal balls or some crap, Just focus on what's right now. You don't even have to change it, just accept it. Be in the moment, If something has happened that you're sad about, like if something has popped up and reminded you, like for me, a big one is my daddy died. Like some days I just get reminded of him and it still hurts, I'm still sad, even though it's been years. Focus on that. Feel the pain, feel the sad, allow yourself to cry, and stop worrying with the should haves. I should be over this. I shouldn't be hurt anymore. It's been too long. No. Don't even think. Just cry, get it out, and then go on with your day. So, those are the cards for today, March 14th. So, get up, get moving, get your day started. Remember to eat, drink plenty of water. Make sure you've got a safe place to work in, both physically and mentally and emotionally. If you need to take a break, do it. Because it's not going to help you if you're pushing trauma boundaries that you're not ready to push. You're just going to do more damage. Take your break. Remember, you only can get back the effort you put in. So if you do have to take a break, come back. Keep working it. Just do it safely. Because you only get back the effort that you put in. But you're totally worth it. Recognize your worth. Put in the effort. And let's heal. Have a great day. Love you. See you tomorrow.